Hello and welcome to Ket's Sorta Guide to Hard Mode Tazavesh. If you don't have access to Hard Mode, you will need to defeat the first boss and then head down the stairs and head to the right to the questionable trader. Buy the Fraudulent Credentials on the last page. After that, head to the Oasis and talk to the NPCs in front of the guard to start the trading event. There's a bit of RP before you can talk to Zadrid and buy the item he's selling. Please note that it will be on the ground and not your inventory. Each time you do the trading event, it will be different, and you need to match the item with the vendor who wants it. For example, a book should be given to the rare text vendor. After 3 trades, the final vendor will give you the password to enter. This password will not appear in the list until you do the trading event. Go down the stairs and head to the left to talk with Aminal while wearing your credentials. He will exchange them for passable credentials. If you put them on, he will give you a quest. At this point, you can head out and reset the instance. To activate Hard Mode, activate your neck and talk to Fe'tajid at the start of the instance. And then talk with the Tazavesh guard to let you in. Just to note, yes, you can use the auction house in here. Talk to Zo'phex to start the encounter. The hard mode changes to a significantly smaller encounter area due to the mobs watching. And also, Portalmancer Zo'honn will be active at the start. You should kill him first. Another note, this is where the portal entrances are that you can activate throughout the instance for faster travel. Head to the Oasis and do the trading event again. You can have someone waiting at the guard to say the password as soon as you learn it. Inside the Oasis, head to the stage and take an instrument. The drummer should be the healer and the guitar should be the tank, but other than that, it doesn't really matter. On hard mode, the second wave is replaced by the band. The band member will fixate the member of the party who replaced them. They will also only attack that particular person. Each instrument has slightly different mechanics. The Menagerie was bugged when we did it. Don't wipe or you won't be able to release. However, a few players logging out let others release. The hard mode change is the bosses don't wait for the RP to finish before coming down. We dealt with this by killing each boss as fast as possible as they came down to have as little overlap as possible. The Postmaster was also bugged when we did this. The hard mode change is to root the player who picks up an unstable good, but we decided to 4 DPS unless the fight and not deal with the unstable goods mechanic. The hard mode change for Sazami is he casts triple technique instead of double technique. This must be interrupted 3 times as fast as possible. If he is not near you, you will need to teleport quickly while avoiding the Shuri rings because you cannot attack or interrupt through walls. We wiped several times to being unable to get to Sazami. hard mode change for Hylbrande is an additional mob called the Stormbound Breaker, and the Purifying Blast does additional damage. We killed all the mobs as they came up as fast as we could. To deal with Sanitizing Crystal, we marked the top left orb placement as the starting point and called out the order clockwise. In order to see the order, you go to the console behind the boss and watch as the colors come up. Timecap'n Hooktail's hard mode mechanic is the blue orb of slowed time. This is very similar to Elisande. Avoid these along with the fire on the ground. You kill the abs by cutting them into her breath because they will follow anyone and melee them to death. The hard mode change for Sleia is the person who expends a charge of the collapsing star will be debuffed for 25 seconds. This makes them take more damage from the collapsing star. So because of this debuff, you will want to come up with an order for dealing with expending the charges of the star. Players will also be sucked toward the collapsing star whenever a charge is expended. You expend a charge by running into it. The final charge of the collapsing star is very small, about the size of a shaman totem, so you will need to look very carefully for it, although it does not move. It's important to clear all the charges to avoid the group getting a massive amount of damage and a debuff. We did have to change our comp slightly for this. Our Holy Priest went Shadow, and one of our Ellies went Resto. We did this because Ellie would be able to handle the movement healing during the collapsing star suck. The last hard mode change is that all 5 relics must be hit during the same Hyperlight Jolt. I also recommend standing further away from the relics after you've hit them with the jolt, as they shoot out beams that are easier to avoid the further away you are. Just make sure not to range your healer. There are a couple of nasty overlaps of collapsing star and dealing with the relics. So plan accordingly so your healer can have cooldowns ready. When you're done, make sure to admire your new mount for a little bit before heading back to the Oasis to turn in your quest to get a perfectly forged credential.